Hi friends, today we're going to be drawing a Christmas wreath. The history of the Christmas wreath is a little bit of a mystery as far as where it originally began, but a Christmas wreath is something that we see all the time during the holiday season. It is believed that possibly the Christmas wreath began whenever in Germany families would place a circular piece of greenery on their tables along with 4 candles, and they would light each candle during the 4 weeks leading up to Christmas. So we're going to be drawing a round Christmas wreath on our paper. I'm using a Sharpie, but you can start with a pencil and then use a Sharpie afterwards. So I'm only using the Sharpie so that it shows up really well for you today, so you can see it really easily on the screen. So let's get started with our wreath designs. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out just how far I can go down off the top of my paper, and I'm going to draw an oval to begin. After I draw that oval, then I'm going to draw the beginnings of the sides of the bow. I'm going to put a bow at the top of my Christmas wreath. So I'm just going to take my marker and I'm going to draw a curvy line on the left, and then I'm going to try to match that as best I can on the right. It's okay if it's not perfect because it doesn't have to be. It's a bow and sometimes the sides aren't exactly the same. Now I'm going to add a piece on the bottom here, little curvy lines to finish that off. And then if you tie a bow, there are pieces of ribbon that hang off of the bottom as well. So we'll do 2 parallel lines for one ribbon on the right side, and then we'll do 2 parallel lines on the left side for another ribbon. And then you could do a little angled shape inside of the ribbon, or you could do just one line on the bottom depending on how the ribbon is cut. Now I'm using a pencil to draw a pencil line, a circular line, so that I have a guideline to follow by. So definitely do this part with the pencil as well. So I'm just drawing a light pencil line. I will not need that for the rest of my drawing, or I don't need it to show at the end of my drawing. And now I'm going to use the marker again, and I'm going to do a bumpy line inside of that circle that I just drew. So this is going to be the inside of the wreath. So I'm just going around the edge, trying to make sure that I keep those lines the same equal distance from the circle that I just drew. And now I'm going to do another bumpy line that goes the other way. So I'm going to go up and down, all the way around the outside of the wreath. All right, now it's time to add a few little decorations inside of the wreath. You can add anything you'd like to it. Sometimes there will be Christmas lights, holly berries, poinsettia flowers, ornaments. I'm going to draw an ornament first, so I'm going to do ornaments, and I'm going to do little highlights on the side so it looks like the light's shining on them. And then after I do the ornaments, I'm going to add in some other things as well. But I'm going to make my ornaments different sizes. I want to show some variety in the ornaments. I don't want them to all be the same. All right, so now I've got almost all my ornaments ready. Okay, and now I'm going to add in some ribbons. I'm going to make it look like the ribbon is wrapped around my wreath, and it could be the same ribbon that the bow is made out of, or it could be a different ribbon. And I skip over the ornaments so it looks like the ornaments are sitting on top of the ribbon in case they overlap. Sometimes you will have some things overlap others on wreaths. Just keep turning those ribbon lines. And I think whenever I add color to these, I'm going to add some red because the Christmas wreath colors are going to be green, of course. All right, now I'm done with that, so I think I need to fill in these different areas around the wreath. So I'm going to do some poinsettia flowers now. And I'm just doing some little teeny tiny circles in the center, and then I add the petals, and I'll do that around the whole wreath, just for a little bit of extra flair. You can add something different to your wreath if you'd like. You could even sit something in the center of your wreath. But I like all the variety. The ribbons, the ornaments, and then the poinsettia flowers make my wreath look really full. I didn't want my wreath to look bare. And just a few more details. I love how it looks in black and white, but we're going to add color to these so that we can have them festive for the Christmas season. All right, now for the ornaments, I'm going to actually add some red to those ornaments. But before I do that, I thought my bow needed a little bit of something extra. I wanted to make it look like there were some fold lines in the ribbon there. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start thinking about the colors. So I told you guys I was going to use the reds and the greens for this color scheme. And so I'm picking up my crayons out of the basket now, so bear with me for a second. All right, so I've got green for the background of the wreath. I'm using two different greens. I've got the light green and the dark green. I pulled out the black, and I'm going to show you what to do with that. A little bit of shading with that will help. And now I'm looking for my scarlet crayon. And scarlet is a really bright red. It's really pretty. It looks orange because of the wrapper, but whenever you color with the color scarlet, it's going to be a really pretty red. So I'm coloring really dark on the right side of this ornament, and then I'm lightening up the color all the way over to the left side. And I don't want to make it quite as dark on the left as the right because I'm trying to make it look like the light is shining on the ornament. Now I'm going to take the black and do a little bit of shading on the side, and that's going to make my ornament look a little bit more three-dimensional. Here we go. All right, and now I'm going to just continue around the wreath doing the same thing, dark on the side and then a little bit lighter on the left side. I'm scraping this away with my fingernail because I didn't go as light as I wanted to. Sometimes you can get a little bit of crayon wax off with your fingernail. And now I've got my black and I'm doing a little bit of shading on the side there again. All right, so with the greens, I'm just going to mix the dark green with the light green. And I will add a few more finishing touches to my wreath with the colors. You could add a background if you like, or you could just leave it this simple white. This will be a fun art project to put in a frame and display for the winter season. Have fun and send me a picture of your artwork if you'd like.